Hello everyone, in this lesson let's see problems associated with secant, cosecant and cotangent ratios. Secant, cosecant and cotangent are the reciprocal of the primary trigonometric ratios. Now let's look at the formula associated with each of these ratios. Let's consider a right triangle. The longest side of a right triangle is hypotenuse and let's denote it by h. Let's say the acute angle over here is theta. The side length that is far end to this theta is opposite and let's denote it by O, while the side length that is just next to this angle theta is adjacent, which is denoted by A in this case. So secant theta is given by 1 over cosine theta, which means secant is the reciprocal of cosine. Likewise, cosecant theta is given by 1 over sine theta, meaning cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. Well, cotangent theta is given by 1 over tan theta. Now let's express secant, cosecant and cotangent in terms of opposite, adjacent and hypotenuse. So secant theta equals to 1 divided by cosine theta, but we know cosine theta is given by adjacent over hypotenuse. So instead of cosine theta, I can write adjacent over hypotenuse here. Now change this division into multiplication. While doing so, the denominator flips up and down. Adjacent will go down while hypotenuse comes up. So 1 times hypotenuse divided by A, which becomes hypotenuse by A. So secant theta is equals to hypotenuse over adjacent. Likewise, cosecant theta is given by 1 over sine theta, but the sine theta is the ratio of opposite over hypotenuse. So instead of sine theta, I can write opposite over hypotenuse. Change this to division and this denominator flips up and down. So 1 times hypotenuse over opposite equals hypotenuse over opposite. So cosecant theta is the ratio of hypotenuse over opposite. Cotangent theta equals 1 over tangent theta, but this tangent theta is the ratio of opposite over adjacent. So replace this by opposite over adjacent. Change this to division and this will flip up and down. So 1 times adjacent over opposite becomes adjacent over opposite. So cotangent theta is the ratio of adjacent over opposite in a right triangle. Now let's look at this problem which says find the ratio of secant, cosecant and cotangent for angle theta in the triangle below. So the hypotenuse in this case is 5, and with respect to this theta, 3 is opposite while 4 is adjacent with respect to this theta. So we have secant theta equals 1 over cosine theta. Let's find cosine theta before we find secant theta. So cosine theta is given by adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent in this case is 4 and hypotenuse is 5. So 4 over 5 equals 0.8. So now substitute here 1 divided by cosine theta equals 0.8, which equals 1.25. So the secant theta equals 1.25. Cosecant theta is given by 1 over sine theta. Let's find sine theta first. Sine theta is the ratio of opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite in this case is 3 and hypotenuse is 5. So 3 over 5 is equals to 0.6. Substitute here. 1 divided by 0.6 is approximately equals to 1.67. So cosecant theta is equals to 1.67. Cotangent theta is given by 1 over tangent theta. Let's find tan theta first. Tan theta is given by opposite over adjacent. Opposite in this case is 3, adjacent is 4. So 3 over 4 equals 0.75. Substitute here. 1 divided by 0.75 is approximately equals to 1.33. So cotangent theta equals 1.33. Now let's look at this another problem which says find the ratio of secant, cosecant and cotangent for angle x in the triangle below. The hypotenuse in this case is 10. With respect to this angle x, 8 centimeters is the opposite. And with respect to this angle theta, the length of this adjacent is not given. So before you find this ratio, it's important that we find the length of adjacent by applying Pythagorean theorem because this is a right triangle. So let's say that this side length 8 centimeter is A, let's say this is B, and let's say this 10 centimeter is C. Pythagorean theorem says A square plus B square equals C square. A square means 80 square, B square means as it is, while C square is 10 square. 80 square is 64 plus B square, 10 square means 100. Now remove 64 from the side of the equation by subtracting 64 on both sides of the equation. So 64 minus 64 plus B square equals to 100 minus 64, which gives us B square equals to 36. Now remove this exponent 2 by putting square root on both sides of the equation. So square root of B square equals to square root of 36. The exponent 2 and square root get cancelled out, which gives us B equals square root of 36 means 6. So the length of adjacent is 6 centimeter. So now let's find the ratio. Secant theta equals 1 over cosine theta. Let's find cosine theta first. Cosine theta is given by adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent in this case is 6, while hypotenuse is 10. So 6 over 10 equals 0.6. Substitute here. 1 over 0.6 is approximately equals to 1.67. So secant theta equals 1.67. Cosecant theta is equals to 1 over sine theta. Let's find sine theta first. Sine theta is given by opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite in this case is 8 and hypotenuse equals to 10. So 8 over 10 means 0.8. Substitute here. 1 divided by sine theta is 0.8, which equals 1.25. So cosecant theta equals 1.25. Now cotangent theta is the reciprocal of tangent theta. First let's find tangent theta, which is given by opposite over adjacent. Opposite in this case is 8, while adjacent is 6. So 8 over 6 is approximately equals to 1.33. Substitute here. 1 divided by 1.33 is approximately equals to 0.75. So cotangent theta is approximately equals to 0.75. Now let's look at this last problem which says determine the acute angle in each. So in this case the ratios are already given, and what we are asked is to find this angle theta. And in doing so, it's important to convert these ratios into sine, cosine and tangent because we don't have secant, cosecant or cotangent in the calculator. So let's solve for A. Secant theta equals 2. Secant theta means 1 over cosine theta, which equals 2. We know there is denominator of 1 here. Now cross multiply this. 1 times 1 equals to 2 times cos theta. Remove this 2 from the side of the equation by dividing 2 on both sides of the equation. So 2 and 2 get cancelled out, which gives us cos theta on this side, 1 over 2 on this side. Now I can switch their position. Cos theta equals 1 over 2 means 0.5. Since we are finding this theta, take cosine on the other side of the equation. So theta equals cosine inverse of 0.5. So when you take it on the other side, it becomes inverse. To perform this in calculator, press shift plus cos of 0.5, which gives us 60 degree. And make sure your calculator is in degree mode before you perform this calculation. Now let's solve for C, which says cotangent of theta equals to 1.4. Cotangent of theta means 1 over tangent theta, which equals 1.4, and we have a denominator of 1 here. Cross multiply. 1 times 1 equals 1.4 times tangent of theta. Remove this 1.4 from the side of the equation by dividing 1.4 on both sides of the equation. So it gets cancelled out. 1 over 1.4 equals 0.71, which equals tan theta. Now switch their position. Tan theta equals 0.71. Leave theta on this side and take this tan on the other side, which becomes tan inverse of 0.71, which is approximately equals to 35.37 degree. I hope this video is helpful and thank you for watching.